Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Summertime is tree time in Florida, no doubt about it. New trees thrive in warm, wet weather, and you love it for the generous shade and beauty they provide. Time to come check out the great tree deals at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. You can buy a large tree 4 to 6 feet at Bob's super low price and get a second tree just like it for half price. And that's the same all the way up to the gigantic jumbos that are one price, delivered, planted, and guaranteed. And you buy one and get one at half price. Also this week they're featuring Easy Care, Knockout, and Drift Roses. Buy one, get one free. And of course, Ocala's lowest prices on the greatest selection of crepe myrtles, starting at just $6.99. Fantastic deals inside the greenhouse, too, at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Nursery, Garden Center, and Landscaping. Now open daily till 4, Saturdays till 3, in the same blooming place on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala for almost 70 years.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. A few of our tractor services include bush hogging, disking, and rototilling. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are family-owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm-ready. Powell Gene, Gene, at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
When asked, 1 out of 1 morning host on WOCA, that's me, says Formaggio's Pizza and Italian Restaurant is the best pizza and Italian in Ocala. Formaggio's is located at 1053 Northeast 14th Street. They're open for lunch and dinner Monday through Friday with lunch specials that change daily. They also are open for dinner on Saturdays. Dine in or carry out. Call 352-509-3661 so you can experience the deliciousness of Formaggio's Pizza and Italian Restaurant. Now I'm hungry.
Howdy folks, RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
WOCA.
Ocala. It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. The U.S. Peanut Federation, comprised of peanut growers, shellers, and buying points, applauded the efforts this week of 19 U.S. senators requesting assistance from the administration on European Union non-tariff trade barriers for U.S. peanut exports. Senators Raphael Warnock and Tommy Tuberville of Alabama led the Senate effort on the letter that was sent. The U.S. Department of Agriculture grades U.S. peanuts for quality and safety, including testing protocols for aflatoxin. However, in addition to the USDA's safety measures, the EU has placed further excessive aflatoxin requirements on U.S. peanut imports. These additional requirements have become non-tariff trade barriers for the U.S. peanut industry. In 2020, U.S. growers exported 668,000 metric tons of peanuts. The EU stringent tests have cost U.S. growers $170 million in recent years. And the U.S. Peanut Federation reports that the losses in the first quarter of this year is an additional $130 million. The Senate urges U.S. Trade Representative and USDA to work together in stating and trying to solve this problem. The letter went on to state that the effective negotiations, a solution to this long-standing problem, will ultimately allow increased market access to U.S. exports.
We are back and in person. You don't want to miss the biggest ag event of the year, the Citrus, Vegetable, and Specialty Crop Expo, August 18th and 19th at the Lee Civic Center, Fort Myers, Florida. Growers pre-register now at citrusexpo.net to be eligible to win a John Deere gun safe provided by Everglades Equipment Group. This event would not be possible without sponsors like Redox, Felda Grinding, Kemin Industries, Yara North America, Miller Chemical, The Tree Defender, and Certus. Get all the details at citrusexpo.net. That's citrusexpo.net.
I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
Growing a sweet crop in a small garden space. That's coming up on This Land of Ours.
Shrimp, grouper, stone crab, oysters, clams. That's just a sample of the great seafood that Florida's Gulf Coast is famous for. Fresh, wholesome seafood caught by fishing families that for generations have taken great pride in their work. No gathering is complete without delicious Florida Gulf seafood fresh from the docks. Remember, when shopping or dining out, ask for fresh from Florida seafood. That helps our state's fishermen and our local economies.
Peanut producers, fine-tune your farming operation with information gained at the 22nd Annual Southern Peanut Growers Conference set for July 15th through 17th at Edgewater Beach Resort in Panama City Beach, Florida. The 3-day event provides farmers with valuable information about peanut production, legislative issues, marketing, and promotions. The conference is presented by the Southern Peanut Farmers Federation. Visit southernpeanutfarmers.org for more information.
Even if you only have a small amount of garden space, it's still possible to enjoy your own homegrown strawberries, raspberries, or blueberries. You just need to select the right pot, variety, and location. Make sure your berry plants are getting about 6 to 8 hours of full sun per day. And always check to make sure soil and pots stay moist but not wet. The key to success is growing berries in containers with drainage holes. Roots allowed to stay in standing water will rot. Pour water over the soil until you see water running out of the bottom of the pot. Check the soil in your containers daily to be sure it stays moist, but not wet. In windy or hot conditions, plants might even need watering twice a day. Choose an organic fertilizer designed for acid-loving plants. Apply in early and late spring to promote growth and fruit production, then stop fertilizing for the year. In the winter, move plants indoors to an unheated garage, allowing the plants to go dormant, but watering just enough to keep them alive. I'm Kathy Isom, Southeast AgNet.
If you're talking about a specific racial group, name that you're talking about. Don't just say I know people of color think they want you to use LGBTQ plus or trans and gender non-conforming folk.
This is Jack O'Brien, and I could tell you stories. Like the story about Denny Crenshaw telling his neighbor Matt Chase over lunch at the Crystal Lake Country Club about getting into it the other day with a guy on a bike. He says, there's maybe 6 of them, and they've got these skin-tight outfits with fancy designs, and this guy comes up next to me, and he's got mirrors on his sunglasses, so apparently he can see behind him. And he's wearing the dumbest looking helmet I've ever seen. It's not even a helmet. Looks like he sliced open a white football and stuck it on his head. And Matt says to him, well, what do you care what he's wearing? Which is a good question, because if you know Denny will wear a striped shirt with mattress shorts and never even think about it twice. And
of
the weird thing
thousands
is
of
most
dollars
people don't
of the
even have
parents'
mattress
money
shorts.
they spent
Then he says,
on
well, I don't
creating
care what he wears,
this.
but he says to me, where's your helmet?
You can't
If you
say
fall,
no
you could have a
can't
serious injury, like it's any of his business. You know, I'm 83 and I've never worn a helmet to ride a bike, and I'm not going to start now. Well, I say to him, and we're riding right next to each other now, I say, listen, I worked for OSHA for 40 years. You don't know what you're talking about. I've been riding for most of my life, and I never fell off a bike. Yeah, and what did he say? So he says, well, then the law of averages says it's only a matter of time. And I said, law of averages? Let me ask you something. When you get home, are you leaving your helmet on? Well, why would he do that? Well, that's what he said. So I said, wait, because there were 6,000 deaths in the U.S. last year from falling in the home, and 80% of them were in the bathroom where you'll be taking a shower before too long. You know how many bicycle deaths there were? Well, he didn't know. He just waved his hand to shush me like I was being obstinate. Well, he doesn't know you like I do. Yeah. So I said, 720. That's it, total. That's it, really? Yeah, really.
There's more.
Retirees get the OSHA bulletin. It's full of stuff like that. So my point is, I'm telling the guy he's got it all backwards. He wears his fancy rubber suit and his football head when he's safe. But when he's in the greatest danger, he's stark naked. Oh, I get your point. Well, yeah, it's a statistical fact. I have as much chance of falling off my bike as I do getting eaten by piranhas. Well, not really. People bike around here all the time, but we don't have piranhas. Oh, I didn't tell you. I booked a cruise for the Orinoco next July. Really? Yeah, we take a big cruise ship to Trinidad, and then we transfer to a small steamer, and we head to the mainland. And when we're about 100 miles upriver, we get into canoes to explore these tributaries and see monkeys and panthers and snakes and whatever.
Doesn't that go back to the violent?
What? Well, you just got done telling me you berated a guy because he expressed a concern for your safety. And now you're telling me you're going to a country where there's a revolution in progress. Into what? The drug cartels? Rebel villages? Mercenary camps? You're 83, as you keep reminding me. You're going into a jungle where there are a whole lot of things that could kill you. You're canoeing in a piranha-infested river, for crying out loud. I told you I could get eaten by piranhas. I said that. I know it's dangerous, but I want to go before I can't do stuff anymore. I'm, what, getting old. You want my advice?
What if they're both
take a helmet? No. I was going to say, go for it. And why not? This is Jack O'Brien. Thanks for listening.
Like what you've just heard? I Could Tell You Stories with Jack O'Brien is brought to you by Brick City Digital. Hi, I'm Michael Warren, and at Brick City Digital Marketing, we believe every business has a great story to tell. Our job is to help your business tell your story in a way that brings more customers to your door. We help small businesses just like yours with web design, social media, SEO, video, and more. Visit us online at brickcity.com or call 352-351-1131 for a free consultation.
If the person says, I'm so stressed out right now, I'm contemplating killing myself, that sounds like it's an urgent need. I'm so upset right now, I'm just overwhelmed. I need to stop doing this. I don't get that they're about to kill themselves from that.
Right.
I don't get somebody's about to commit suicide. Wait, there's more.
Oh, Lord.
Culturally appropriate. Appropriative language. Tribe. You no longer say, we're all part of it. They're part of my tribe. You now have to say friends, groups, or pals. You can no longer say a powwow. Must be a meeting. You can no longer say spirit animal. Like Georgia Southern, Gus Eagle is our spirit animal. No, he's our favorite animal. An animal I would most like to be. I don't want to be Gus Eagle, but he's a spirit animal at Georgia Southern. No, but Gus Eagle's, it's hot being Gus Eagle. And then finally, first language. We already said you can't say victim, survivor. You cannot say disabled person. It's a person with a disability. Mm-hmm. Can't say wheelchair bound. It's a person who uses a wheelchair. You can't say mentally challenged or mentally ill. You have to say person living with a mental condition. You can no longer, we talked about child and abusive relationship. You can no longer call a person an addict. They're a person with a substance abuse problem. Mm-hmm. Substance use problem. You can no longer say homeless person. They're a person experiencing, I can't make this up, folks. Homeless person is no longer allowed. Now they need to be referred to as person experiencing housing insecurity.
That's crazy.
I'm not making it right. You're no longer homeless, so we no longer have a homeless problem in Marion County, in Ocala. We now have a problem with people experiencing housing insecurity.
Mm-hmm.
What about the people who aren't homeless because they're experiencing housing insecurity? They're homeless because they prefer to be homeless. You know, there is a large contingent of homeless people that don't want a home, don't want to live in an apartment or anything. They like being vagabonds and roughing it and stuff. There's evidence from that, from studies that have been done, that not all homeless people are homeless because they don't have any other options. There are some homeless people that prefer to be homeless. I never preferred it, but to each his own. And you can no longer refer to anyone as a prostitute.
Oh.
You're now a person who engages in sex work.
Does that make it legal?
It is in Clark County, Nevada.
How do you know that?
Because Clark County's where Las Vegas. That's the funny thing. It's legal in Clark County, Nevada. Las Vegas sits inside of Clark County. It's illegal in the city of Las Vegas.
Well, you know.
People think it's legal in Vegas. It's not. It's legal in the county Vegas is in. It's illegal in the city of Vegas. That's why the Bunny Ranch and all are just outside the city limits.
Yeah.
Not that I would know anything about that. There was an HBO show called The Bunny Ranch.
Yeah.
I would
Stop.
never.
Stop.
But those are that's the oppressive language list that Brandeis University says you can't use anymore. And the reason I bring this up, somebody goes, "But Tom, why does that matter?" It's one little liberal arts college in Massachusetts. Okay. But then what if it's Harvard next, and then Yale, and then Duke, then North Carolina, then Georgia, then Florida, then Georgia Southern, then Stetson, and lo and behold, then it gets all the way to College of Central Florida, right here in Ocala. Am I wrong thinking that's just acid? There are some words on there I understand why it should be the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the things on that list I completely agree with. Most of the things on that list are boulder dash to me. Am I wrong there?
No, like that is the most ridiculous. People got paid to sit in a room, probably for months and months.
Oh, this list didn't just happen overnight.
Yeah, I said hundreds of thousands, but it's a private liberal arts college, so you're probably talking $1.5 million went in to create that list. When you talk about salaries and the space and utility, everything. Person
experiencing housing insecurity. That's all you need to know.
So how are they going to police that? Like the students or somebody walking around and has some sort of buzzer, they hear something and they buzz you that you just said the wrong word?
According to the article, if you can be reported by another student to the student judiciary board, and then you have to answer the charges. So snitches be getting stitches. That's all I'm telling you.
That's all I'm saying too.
Snitches be getting stitches. Oh wait. We can't say that. That's a negative connotation.
That wasn't on the list, though.
I'm killing it. Oh no, that can't.
That
say
was
that
on
either.
the
Can't
list.
say that either.
That was on the list.
It's
just incredible.
And the fact that 20 and 21 and 22 year olds don't see the utter stupidity that went into making that list. Some of the things on that list are very, very good. You shouldn't use the F word when we're referring to somebody that is homosexual. You shouldn't do it. I agree with that. Okay? I agree. I actually agree with the use of rape instead of, child sex abuse and all, because it's not child sex abuse. It is rape. A child can't say yes or no. They don't give permission. You rape that child. I'm okay with that. But the majority of the list is stupidity at its best, in my opinion.
I mean, it's fantastic that you're okay with parts of it, but still, who are you to police my language?
100%.
Like
I'm saying I was okay with it.
Right. And I am too.
I'm not turning anybody in for what they say.
Right. That's like if somebody is, and you and I have come across this in our social groups, that if somebody is using language that either one of us do not appreciate, we get up and leave.
Right.
We leave the situation because
and
that's
at times
not something.
At times we've let our feelings be known. We don't appreciate certain things.
Right.
But
and isn't that how you're supposed to manage it? But that's their right to say those things, and it's our right to remove ourselves from
situations that make us uncomfortable. I just, the fact that they studied and worked for months on this, and all the money was spent at a private university, wasn't public funded, it was private university, but their parents are spending all this money on these private universities that go to some study like this, so that a homeless person will now be a person that's called a person with housing insecurities. And how many hours of discussion did it come up to make that the right phrase? A person who experiences housing insecurity.
I guess they were trying to justify their salaries while they were shut down. And doing the online classes.
You may have figured it out. But,
I mean, isn't it just like I don't like supernatural movies? They scare the bejeebies out of me.
Right.
And they give me bad dreams, and then you're up all night, and I can't sleep, and yada yada. So should I do something and say, we should ban all supernatural because I don't like it?
Yeah, we should ban horror movies. I'll give you that. Yeah. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks. You got about a minute and a half.
Yeah. I have one and only one thought to that whole topic. We had an abbreviation in engineering school. FUBAR.
Yeah.
And I know exactly what that means.
Have a good day.
All right.
Yeah, I know what that acronym is.
Yeah, I sure do. I thought that was an old Marine acronym that started there.
It's not. It doesn't mean BIPOC. Look at that. Black, Indigenous, People of Color. So you can't use people of color anymore. They want you to use BIPOC. Black, Indigenous, People of Color. When did people of color become offensive?
I don't know. And how come if I was not black but brown, how come I don't get top billing?
It's a very good question.
Why is there not brown in there?
Very good question.
Why am I just lumped in with color?
You're people of color. But black and indigenous got the bill ahead of you. So they're still referring to you. If you're brown or yellow color, you're still being referred to as people of color.
You are.
You're just referred to it after black and indigenous get referred to first.
Mm.
So they get away with people of color. They just put them lower on the totem pole.
Now, am I no longer white? Am I a person without color?
I have no idea. Maybe we should reach out to Brandeis University and find out. It's one of those questions.
And am I a transient when I tan?
I don't know.
Do I go back and forth?
I don't know. So, Susan, tell them how they can find out more about Just Shipped, a shipping company that not only do you ship, but you take the guesswork out of it by coming to them. You package it. Mm-hmm. You do all the legwork. All they have to do is reach out to you and say, hey, I have this item. I need it shipped. Here's the address. Here's the item.
Right.
Tell people how they can do that easy process, where they can find you.
Sure. You can either call me at 352-234-3840. You can also text to that number or email me at info@justship.net. And we do have flat rates. So if you wanted to call for a quote and say, hey, there's a candle here. I have this candle. It's this size. I'm guessing it's this weight. Before you get here, how much? And I'll let you know.
She's here every Friday. Susan here. Just Ship. We'll be right back. The Crip News. 1378 96.3.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Today in Ag News on the Southeast Ag Network, in a bipartisan effort.
USA Radio News with Lance Pride.
A massive rescue effort continues Friday morning in Surfside, Florida, just north of Miami. A partial building collapse Thursday has resulted with 99 people still being unaccounted for. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis on Fox News.
You know, when people are unaccounted for, sometimes that's the hardest thing because they just don't know. And they're obviously bracing for the worst, but they're still hoping for the best, and the search and rescue does go on.
Miami-Dade officials said structural engineer teams of 10 to 12 were carrying out operations underneath the rubble in an effort to shore up the precarious weight load. 3 bipartisan lawmakers leading negotiations on a comprehensive police reform package have reached a preliminary bipartisan agreement Thursday. Senators Tim Scott, Cory Booker, and Representative Karen Bass. GOP lawmakers have argued that qualified immunity is necessary for cops, something Democrats won't back, saying accountability among law enforcement officers is paramount. USA Radio News.
Hello, this is Wayne Alaroot for our newest sponsor, Asset Strategies, or ASI for short. ASI is a precious metals powerhouse. They sell gold and silver. Never in history has there been a more important moment to buy gold and silver. ASI has been in business for 39 years. They've served over 20,000 clients and sold $5 billion worth of gold, silver, and precious metals with zero complaints. Last year, gold saw gains of 25%. Silver nearly doubled gold's performance. Now Democrats are in charge. Green New Deal, open borders, free healthcare for illegals, bailout broke cities and states. The debt is about to go through the stratosphere. The time to buy is now. The owners of ASI, Michael and Rich Chekin, have been my close personal friends for 16 years. ASI is the company I trust when it comes to buying and selling precious metals. Call now to receive a free consultation and a free 1-ounce Silver Eagle.
It's time for Farm and Ranch Headlines.
When you mention the Wayne Alaroot Show, call 800-0007. That's 800-831-0007 or visit AssetStrategies.com.
It's time for Farm and Ranch Headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. The U.S. Peanut Federation, comprised of peanut growers, shellers,